Richard, on October 12th, you're going to be blasting off on a trip to the International Space Station. Give us some details on that.
Well, since January of this year, I was spending a great deal of my time at the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia, training for this flight to the International Space Station. But this week, I happen to be here in Houston, Texas, at the Johnson Space Center, where I'm doing a little bit of additional safety training here at NASA, as well as learning a little bit about the U.S. segments that are also aboard, of course, or part of the International Space Station. And then after that, I'll return to GCTC before my flight in October.
All right, so traveling to space, that has been a lifelong dream of yours.
In fact, it has. I think every kid grows up at least dreaming briefly of going to space. But in my case, my father was a NASA astronaut and flew twice, once on Skylab. We're here in the Skylab mock-up. And also once aboard the space shuttle. And so for me, that dream got imbued a little deeper than it might have for other kids. And so for me, as I became an adult and built a career in the computer gaming business, I've spent most of my personal investing in the direction of the privatization of space. And so I'm particularly excited that after 20 or 30 years of investing towards this goal, I'm finally getting a chance to take my trip into space.
So today we're announcing Operation Immortality, and that's a chance for video gamers to be immortalized in space. Tell us about that.
Yes, in fact, with me right here, I have something called the Immortality Drive. And on this drive, we're going to be recording a variety of kinds of information. First, all of the player data from either current players of Tabula Rasa or anyone that tries it during our August promotion. Additionally, people who go to the Operation Immortality website can contribute to and vote on the greatest achievements of mankind, be they creative or technological. Those will also be included on this drive. And perhaps most interestingly, we'll be selecting about 40 participants in Operation Immortality to send a gene sequencing kit, and we will then get their genetic data, which will also be recorded on this drive. And so therefore, this drive, which I will take to and leave aboard the International Space Station, will in many ways become a permanent, safe repository of human history and some genetic information in case some calamity might befall the surface of the Earth.
Yeah, let's talk about that now. Why are you doing this?
Well, it turns out that fictionally in Tabula Rasa, the game includes a backstory that describes how a few years from now a great calamity does in fact befall the surface of the Earth. And so in that sense, this drive will really represent this repository of human wisdom and genetic information in case that type of history should, or that kind of eventuality might really occur. But of course also, in addition to the fiction of Tabula Rasa, as all of us are now well aware of, the future of the Earth hypothetically could be threatened by some form of disaster, be it, for example, a meteorite from space that destroyed the dinosaurs millions of years ago.
So for gamers, this really is a different type of gaming experience. This is obviously something that hasn't been done before. This is a real chance for them to make their mark on history, I guess.
Yes, and with Operation Immortality, we really wanted to create a chance for me to share my experience with the gaming community, but more importantly, give gamers a chance to, in a very salient way, participate in and travel with me to space. And in fact, even though I have to come down in 10 days, their information, their character data, their votes for the achievements of human history, and perhaps their genetic information will remain part of the space station in perpetuity.
All right, so if they're interested in playing the game, getting that character information on the drive, just being involved in this project, some information about that.
Sure. If you want to get a chance to play Tabula Rasa, you can just go to the playtr.com website to get a free trial. And if you want to participate in Operation Immortality, go to the OperationImmortality.com website, and it'll give you all the information you need to participate in Operation Immortality.
All right, so a few more days of training here in Houston, and then what?
Well, after this week here in Houston, I then get a brief chance to go home and pack my bags, because then it's off to the GCTC Training Center for only about 2 more months of training. Then I go into quarantine for a couple of weeks before my October 12th, which is Columbus Day, launch on the Soyuz rocket up to the International Space Station.
Well, I think I speak for everybody. We all wish you best of luck on your travels.
All right. Thank you very much.